Get cozy. Okay, we're in the middle of the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio reading now through mid-November. Sorry, we got kicked mid-read. Okay, we left off on Aphrodite. Something is very beautiful about somebody's vision, and how they keep their promise when it comes to honesty, but they've stopped wishing for something because of some kind of cycle. And it's like, it's not about differences. It's about what is fun and what isn't. And for somebody, it isn't fun at all. Gemini and Scorpio could be significant. Taurus could be significant. Somebody here could be 37 or be born in 73. Could be born in 91. August 19th could be significant. August 26th. August 8th. Somebody could, August 23rd. Yeah, somebody here has been honest the whole time, but somebody took a risk here because they don't feel like they belong having love. But that's not true. That's all bullshit. Okay? Whatever that is, that's like a personal issue or something. All right, more messages for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, serene swan, beauty, like Aphrodite. Something is elegant, pure, peaceful. But somebody here isn't very resourceful, and they hop around in a very, like, in a very odd way. I'm hearing jackrabbit, like a jackass rabbit. Okay. Somebody moves quick and odd. And they were dealing with a elegant energy here. Somebody's name, first, middle, last, could start with an S. Serene Swan. Something is very beautiful. Bestow on me the gifts of love and beauty. And then we have Aphrodite here with the vision. So yeah, something is, or someone is very beautiful. Okay, Swansea. I love that. Hell yeah. There you go. That's such a cute nickname. Swansea. Is that a last name though? That's even doper. Alright, let's see. That's like the dopest. I love it. Alright, let me get a crystal or gemstone. Lepidolite is a stone of transition and change. It came out in the reverse. So again, with the skull in reverse and this in reverse, this is somebody who has been resistant to change. Its strong vibrations quickly activate the heart chakra and the third eye. Somebody's third eye and their heart chakra has been blocked. They need to open it. It can help you transition away from your sadness and lift you up with its strong celestial energy. Instead of doing this, somebody's just been spending a lot of time at the bar. Like, that's not the way to deal with this when you're dealing with the swan energy. Okay, also, put under your pillow. It can help with insomnia. If somebody here has been having trouble sleeping, get your ass some lepidolite. Okay. All right, let's get a totem animal. Let me just put this up here, y'all. Let me clear this altar real quick. Welcome back, you guys. Sorry we got disconnected over there. It happens sometimes because I get like more security checks. Since I'm not showing my face, I'm showing my hands and the cards. And sometimes I miss the puzzle prompts, and it's just annoying. I just want to be left alone to give my readings. Okay, TikTok, like, leave me alone. Alright, so let's see. I'm sick of your shit, TikTok. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you could relate to that stone. You should get some. Alright, let me get a totem animal. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, now through mid-November, please. Jellyfish in reverse. Iguana. Okay, earth and water energy could be significant. Somebody wasn't transparent about something, and maybe they stung somebody for no reason. Like it wasn't warranted. Okay, let's see. Jellyfish in reverse. Okay, so the jellyfish is supposed to be about adaptability. It's supposed to be about going with the flow, thriving wherever you find yourself. That's not what's happening. Somebody isn't adapting and they're not thriving where they find themselves. When you're at the mercy of the ocean, which that could be metaphorical, take it how it resonates, y'all. The ocean is the water element. The water element resonates with, like, emotions and, you know, feelings, sensitivity, dreams, passion, you know, creativity, love, sadness. So when you're at the mercy of the ocean, limited by life circumstances, the ability to go where the tide takes you is a sign of strength. Somebody here might have went against the tide or left somebody to fend for themselves when the tide came because they didn't want to go into the water. They stung somebody instead and swam the fuck away. Okay? Take it how it resonates. Okay, when the jellyfish appears, it's time to ask for help. Somebody's not doing that. Except that perhaps you can't do it all on your own, water signs. Not because you're not capable, but because you're not meant to. Consider if you're floating aimlessly along or riding with the best current available to you. The jellyfish wants you to know that helpful resources are available to you. Somebody doesn't feel like there are, or they're too afraid to ask. It's easier to move forward when you welcome the support that's around you. Somebody doesn't do that. They resist, they resist, they resist. And then they resist some more. And then they continue to resist until the end of time, and they think that that's the way to go. Nope. Sure isn't. That's not the way to go. Reevaluate time. What other messages for my water elementals? Something's unfamiliar. That's why somebody didn't honor their word. Just because something's unfamiliar doesn't give you the right to not honor your word. Somebody was reckless. They were a fool, a clown. March 15th could be significant. March 6th. Maybe the area code 315-351-513-531. Somebody could be 30 years old. June 30th could be significant. Somebody could be born on the 15th or the 30th. Life path 3 and 6 could be significant. Something was unfamiliar, so somebody didn't honor their word. Okay. Well, that's not a good enough reason. That's not cool. Okay, so when this comes out in the reverse, water elementals, you might find yourself stagnant, repeating patterns that are very self-destructive at this time. Generational habits you have not outgrown. You revisit soul ties with cords you've already cut, relationships with harmful people, struggling to recognize that familiarity is not always a good thing. Okay? Sometimes you are in a desperate need for a change of scenery, but instead you sabotage anything that feels too safe and sound. And it led somebody here to not honoring their word, which just disrupted everything. You stung the wrong person. Something was not the way it should have went. It was supposed to be a blessing. Okay? And, you know, if your nervous system has been dysregulated for a very long time, psychology says that you're always going to choose familiar chaos, because the process of regulating your nervous system when it's been in hyperdrive or it's been in your ego for so long is going to feel boring, unsafe, scary, odd, unfamiliar. But it's a process. If your nervous system has been dysregulated for a long time, take it as a green flag. When you feel bored, when you feel like something's unfamiliar, it's probably a good thing, because that's how unhealthy that you've been living. You know what I mean? Honor your word. When this comes out in the reverse, obviously somebody lied. They didn't keep up their end of the bargain. When this comes out in the reverse, you're not foolish for feeling a way. You are foolish for not expressing what feels important to you. This is a sign that angst is holding you hostage in an annoying place. It's hard for you to soar when you're too busy worrying about failure. Here you are being warned that you will not be able to reach the secure conditions that you deserve to live in if you are too timid to speak up and own what's rightfully yours. Okay, water signs? Period. With a T at the end, y'all. All right, let's see. Okay. Who should water signs be aware of moving forward now through mid-November, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Who should water signs be aware of, please? Hang in there, Irene. After I'm done with the water sign reading, I'll be available for personal questions as well as mini reads and fulls. Okay, so if you're still here, I'd love to help you with your question. But stick around. If you have water in your chart, you might get some messages here. This is for the collective. Who else? Who else? Okay. A lot of good energies, water sign, which is good. I'm gonna go over the negative ones first, though. Okay? And then the positive ones. Okay, so the negative energies to go over first that you want to look out for. This could be you or who you're dealing with or who's coming into your energy now through mid-November. Somebody that gives their willpower to an external authority out of fear of making their own choices. So a slave to someone or something. A networker in reverse. Somebody that conveys information only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehood. Wow. We have these 5 energies in the upright, okay? We have somebody here that awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. And these could be adult children, you know, with wounds, or these could be literal children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. We have a child nature. Somebody here that has friendships with animals, communication with the nature spirits. Okay, we have a trickster in the upright, transcending conventions, stuffiness, and predictable behavior in a good, positive way. We have a hermit in the upright, somebody that seeks solitude to focus intently on their inner world, serves personal creativity. And then we have an athlete, somebody here with a dedication to transcending physical limitations, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. It doesn't have to be 3D physical athleticism. It could be your spirit. It could be your willpower strength. Somebody has very, very strong willpower and strength of spirit. Okay? Okay. All right, what else do we need to know before we tap into the tarot? Flexible, bend, not break, shift with grace. So something about being flexible in the upright, which is a good thing. Somebody needs to reflect on some kind of hurricane here, some kind of emotional storm or destruction or disaster that was sudden out of nowhere. This aids in their evolution somehow, or a new beginning, or some kind of transformation or reinvention of oneself. Somebody needs to reflect on this or confess something or pray about something. It's not about differences. Again, this is coming out. It's not about differences. It's about what is actually fun and playful and what is not. Something here was not playful for somebody. And if it's not playful or fun for someone, it shouldn't be playful or fun for anybody. Period. Okay, some kind of communication here. Exchange of information, some kind of inquiry, some kind of text message or note. It's not about differences, it's about evolution. It's about reflecting on these disasters and being flexible. That's where the peace is. Somebody wanted harmony and order, but instead something just declined like a sunset because somebody here book in reverse. They didn't study. They didn't have wisdom. Double confirmation. Wisdom in reverse again. Somebody doesn't have experience, or somebody didn't, they didn't have the answer. They need to study, exam. They need to they need to know more about and so because they didn't do that and they just thought that they knew everything, they didn't. They didn't have the knowledge or the wisdom to be doing, Somebody needs to examine something, like about an important day, or by their birthday. It is Scorpio season. Maybe by your birthday you're going to be able to see something or examine something about a lack of courage. Somebody's too timid to go after a dream or a desire. Why? You only have one life. Something about a birthday or important holiday or an important anniversary. Somebody doesn't have the bravery or the courage or the brilliance, but they